The 23-year-old just took down two champions on older tires in one of the tightest finishes Bristol has seen in decades. After more than 130 races of waiting, Ty Gibbs didn't just win, he survived chaos, outplayed the field, and may have just changed the balance of power in the Cup Series. Sunday at Bristol Motor Speedway delivered a classic. Gibbs captured his first career Cup Series win in his 131st start. He held off Blaney and Kyle Larson in overtime, despite both drivers having significantly fresher tires. Larson dominated most of the race, leading over 280 laps and sweeping the first two stages. Blaney started from the pole and was a constant threat late, but strategy flipped everything. Gibbs stayed out, the others pitted. And in a final restart that came down 2 inches, Gibbs held his line and took the checkered flag. This win isn't just a milestone, it's a release of pressure. Ty Gibbs came into the Cup Series with massive expectations. Driving for Gibbs Racing, with a championship already on his resume at a young age, the assumption was simple: success would come quickly, but it didn't. 3.5 seasons, over 130 starts, no wins. That kind of drought doesn't just sit quietly, it builds scrutiny. Questions about development, questions about development, questions about decision-making, questions about whether potential would actually translate. Now those questions are gone, and the timing matters. Because this wasn't a lucky win, it came against elite competition at one of the toughest tracks on the schedule under maximum pressure. Inside the garage, that sends a message. Gibbs is no longer the future. He's officially a factor right now. This race was decided by one thing: decision-making under pressure. Let's start with the call. Crew chief Tyler Allen made the boldest move of the race, keeping Gibbs on track while the leaders pitted late. It's a high-risk gamble at Bristol. Why? Because fresh tires usually win here. Short track, high wear, constant traffic, but track position is everything, and Allen bet that clean air plus defensive driving could hold off faster cars. That's where Gibbs proved something. On the restart, he didn't panic. He controlled the outside lane, blocked momentum, and forced both Blaney and Larson into uncomfortable positions. That's veteran-level racecraft, not something you expect from a first-time winner under that kind of pressure. Now flip it to the other side. Larson did everything right until it mattered most. He dominated the race, controlled both stages, had the fastest car, but strategy took the win away from him. And that's the brutal truth of modern NASCAR. You can have the best car all day and still lose on one call. Blaney's situation is even tougher. He executed late, put himself in position, even had a shot coming off the final corner, but he couldn't complete the pass, and at Bristol, second place often feels like a missed opportunity. Now, let's zoom out. This race highlights a growing trend in the Cup Series. Winning isn't just about speed anymore. It's about timing, strategy, and composure in chaos. Gibbs checked all 3 boxes, and that raises a serious question going forward. If he can win like this once, how often can he do it again? Reactions are going to be strong and divided. Some will say, this is the moment Ty Gibbs arrived. Beating 2 champions head-to-head under pressure validates everything people believed about his talent. Others will look at it differently. Strategy won that race, not speed. There will be debates about whether Larson deserved it more, whether Blaney had the better car at the end. And then there's the emotional side. Gibbs celebrating with family, carrying the legacy of his grandfather. That's the kind of moment NASCAR leans into. For some fans, it's powerful. For others, it adds even more pressure to what comes next. This win unlocks Gibbs completely. Confidence rises, execution sharpens, and he turns into a consistent contender, especially as the season moves to intermediate tracks like Kansas, where teams like Hendrick Motorsports have been dominant. This ends up as a one-off. Strategy falls his way here, but doesn't repeat. The pressure returns, and the weekly grind of the Cup Series exposes the same inconsistencies that delayed this first win. So here's the real question. Did Ty Gibbs just prove he's ready to compete with the elite? Or did strategy hand him a moment he still has to live up to? And if you're Kyle Larson or Blaney, are you thinking about what just slipped away? Drop your take below. And for more breakdowns that go beyond the finish line, subscribe to SPORTSWIRE USA.